Let's get it.
What's up, everybody? Encyclopedia Hip Hop Podcast. We count down the top 50 story rhymes still. We're at number 13. Once Upon a Time in the Projects. 1990 is the year. Producer is Mr. Jinx. The album, America's Most Wanted. The artist, Ice Cube. The song starts. A while ago, he almost had to do bad things to a woman in the project. He tells us the story. He went over to her house, got to the door. She asked who. I suppose she didn't have a peephole. He said it was Cube. Immediately inquired about the young black gentleman in the parking lot. Parking lot, not a driveway, because projects. The woman replied, to pay them no mind. All they do is smoke weed. Cube sat on a, let's say, unbalanced couch, and then kicked his Nikes up on the coffee table. Mad comfy for a place he's never been to, by the way. And she didn't say anything either, so maybe I should shut up. Around this time, the girl's brother came into the room. Living room, we assume. The brother is in a gang, and he asked what set or gang Cube was in. Cube was like, none. I'm a rapper. I rhyme. He said the whole place and setting reminded him of the Evans household on the television show Good Times. Also, he was offended that some little kid was pressing him about gangs and shit, and he couldn't even pull his pants up. The brother threw up his funny gang hand signals and left. Cube is waiting on the girl to get ready to go. He's getting impatient. At this point, the mother comes in with a joint in her mouth. Kids, before cigars was used to roll weed, there were rolling papers, tops, white owls. These things were called joints. And anyway, he said it was cess. It was cess in the joint. Cube could tell. He could smell it. The mother was nice. Said to him, please excuse the mess and everything. Cube was barely coherent because of contact high from the cess joint. They had a black and white television that wasn't the highest end, let's say. Not one, you got a black and white TV, and two, it's not even a dope one. The mother was pissed because her county check was short. Now, another brother came in, her younger brother, or youngest brother, I guess. He was 3. He comes in and he had a runny nose, as most toddlers in the projects have. He asked Cube who he was, and before Cube could try and answer the kid, he stopped because it smelled like he defecated in his Pampers or underwear or whatever. Then he saw her 13-year-old pregnant sister. At this point, Cube hit his 40 ounce. He had to drink because the whole family was stressing him out. Someone knocked on the door, and supposedly there's a password system, and the person did not have the password. So the mother broke out a 12-gauge shotgun. The guy at the door asked what was for sale, and the moms brought out a bag of cocaine. Now, again, when Cube, the girl was at the door because Cube didn't have a password either. Good thing that the mother wasn't gonna answer the door when Cube got there. Anyway, the girl finally came out, the girl that he was waiting on, I guess from the back, her room or whatever. And Cube exclaimed he didn't know this was a crack house. And he called her an unsavory word that Too Short likes. He grabbed his coat to go, and then a cop, I guess it was a cop that didn't have the password. So, anyway, cop broke in and pointed a gun at Cube's head. Cube thought it was a rap. Threw him down, knee in his back, slapped him up, punched him, cuffed him. He tried to tell the cop it wasn't him. He had nothing to do with this. He's just visiting, and he was innocent. The cop was basically like, tell that shit to the judge because you're arrested. Going downtown. The girl was quiet, and Q, and this is my favorite part, he looked at her and said, "Hey, yo, bitch, you better tell him something." But they all got arrested and put in a paddy wagon. Now, I don't know what the shitty, pampered 3-year-old was up to. And I guess the pregnant girl, I don't know. But they all got put in the paddy wagon. The charges didn't stick on Cube because they found out he didn't live there. He had nothing to do with it, I guess, whatever. But since he had warrants, he had to spend 2 weeks in jail anyway. So basically, it says the moral of the story is don't mess with project women. End. I think we all learned something from that. But that was it. That's number 13. Once Upon a Time in the Projects, 1990. One of Cube's finest. Thank you everybody for listening. And we're getting closer to the top 10. In the meantime, in between time, I appreciate you. And now let's listen to the song now.
Once upon a time in the projects, yo, I damn near had to wreck a hoe.